So, as you can see, I opened up to half the package already. And the reason I did that is because there was too much fucking tape on this thing. What's up, YouTubers one and all? Mine is Fate1987, and today we're taking a look at the Black Mamba LSL5 Optimus Prime miniature add-on. It's specifically only the Optimus. And it comes inside this weird box, per se. This black box with orange tape on top of it. And in that box, it comes with this plastic box right here, which isn't the most secure. Also, on top of that, I'm going to kind of push it out the best I can, or just kind of it's a bit stuck in there, and on top of that, I can only pull it with two hands, so just give me a moment. So as you... No, it can't be this small. You're telling me this is smaller than a fucking deluxe? I thought this was deluxe size. What? Hold on. They really underscaled. Holy shit. Whoa. Okay, so, good news, nothing's broken. Bad news does not include the shield, but that was a part of the thing, is that you did not include the shield with this. But, holy shit! Also, the plastic is very thin, so I'm gonna be careful with this much. But, yeah, I now have Knight Optimus. This is smaller than expected. This is definitely gonna be riding on my Dragonstorm, for sure. Focus. Focus on the face, please. I know we're in a car, but focus. Thank you. And yes, I'm driving in a car. I actually just got this from the mail today, so... yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we got the sword in there, and on top of that has leopard rabel paint on it. That is nice. Better than a fucking Voyager. So, let's see how cool it actually is once we actually, you know, fiddle around a little bit. And let's try not to break them. So, if there's one thing this guy is missing, it's instructions. You actually have to know how to transform the original 2017 Voyager class Optimus, which I do not have with me, in order to actually transform this one. Also, no Autobot symbol, even though it is sculpted a little bit, so there's that. And then, well, let's bring in some few comparisons. We're going to bring in only a few, because really, this guy's kind of out of scale. With almost everything. Like, this guy is kind of Legends Plus. Like, it kind of makes sense. So, what better than Legends Plus than... if this guy is sadistic and monstrous when fighting, how about this guy? Yes, fucking Gun Megatron. Deal with it. Then we have, this. And, honestly, in vehicle mode, this actually kind of does work. And then this also kind of works as well. What do you think? I don't know. But in robot mode, these two are definitely going to scale well. I can assure you. And the Gun Megatron as well. Now, if you want some other comparisons, well, let's bring in Battle Slash and Road Trap. There we go. Well, maybe a jet, I guess. Earthspark Starscream. I don't use them often. I've been mainly using the Robots in Disguise for 2015 one. That just probably just shows how awesome that one is. How does it scale next to this Scourge? As we kind of already did this one in his video, but yeah, that kind of makes sense. Also, he has his weapon down here, and yes, he does roll. These wheels are stiff. Like, they're really stiff. So they're just kind of rolling. There we go. And then, finally... well, Voyager class... Tarn. Kind of reviewed him last review, so here's that. And then finally, finally, and this is the last review before we get down to the Tesserus and Tarn combination and whatnot. Yes, I already revealed all that. Why does this work? But it works so much better in robot mode, and it makes me kind of sad that I got rid of something earlier this year. And on top of that, that something is now overpriced on eBay, and I hate it. I so want that figure back, and you'll find out who it is next review. Yeah. Like, there's really nothing much else to say, so let's just transform this guy. Like I said, this transformation is exactly like the original Voyager. So put the weapon off to the side, and we're going to begin. So we're going to first take open this. We're going to lift it up. Also, the plastic is kind of weak, so be mindful of how you handle this. Just kind of fold these in like that for now. Don't do anything else. You can might as well just split apart the legs here. And then kind of just lift up the arms a little bit. Just leave that there. Let's focus on the legs. So the legs, we're going to bring these down. Bring these up and then spin the waist 180. So you basically have everything all set up right here. And let's just work on the lower legs because that's really where the actual transformation comes from. So we're going to split the legs, turn it 180, and then spin this around. Split the legs, lower 180, spin this around. Like so. You want to come down here and you just want to let it kind of rest there because it doesn't really tab in until you have to do this part. So then you're going to kind of bring this out, bring the feet out, spin it around. And there's kind of a little tab that goes in a little slot back up there. And the feet are really well painted. Like, again, the robot mode is well more painted than the actual regular scale figure. So, you want to spin this around like so. Then you're going to spin this backwards. And then you got a tab there. And a slot there. You're just going to kind of let it all kind of merge. A little tab there, a little slot, kind of just... You're gonna have to fight a little bit, but there you go. And there's a leg all done. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that out. Bring that down. Spin it around. Tab into place. These don't always stay in place. I'm just warning you that right now. Bring this up. Spin that back. Bring this up and then kind of just tab that into place. So, there are the legs all done. Now we're going to work on the arms. So we're going to split the arms apart. Bring this up. Bring the head up. All the way so it does not pop off like it does on the actual toy. Because if you've seen my original review, one of my first ever toy reviews on my channel, you know that happens to me. That happens. So, bring that back. And then it's just kind of a matter of just lining things up back here. Like, it doesn't really tab in anywhere. It just kind of sits. It's not like the actual figure, but then again, the actual figure does kind of do the same thing. So, also, release these and spin these to the side. Spin these to the side. And then you're going to kind of just tab these in together. Tab that in, like so. If you have still a little bit more issues, there you go. Now it should be mostly tabbed in. Bring these back and kind of just tab them into place. Bring these back, tab them into place. And then finally, this part's kind of the hardest part because this is really thin plastic and you're trying to force it up. Essentially, you're trying to create the breastplate. like so. Now, people thought that this couldn't be moved, but it actually can. You just have to finagle it. And it actually has flame decals, unlike the actual toy, where it's just nothing but red. But yeah, there's a lot more detail on this than there was originally. And also the sword is well painted as well. So there you have what basically is our current City Series Optimus for the last night, essentially. But he's so goddamn small. Like, guess how small he is. Guess how small. This is a deluxe. And that's him. Yeah. You want a taller deluxe? Yeah. You want a Voyager? Yeah. You want a leader? Well, I mean... Okay, I have one leader. I have one, and this is the one that people are wondering, how does he scale next to him? Because, you know, he was the something for the scaling or whatever, or like the rumors or whatever. How does he scale next to Scourge? Yeah! Also, I'm doing the side comparison early, just because, you know, it just shows how much of a how small this guy really is. Also, next to core class. Okay, that's just pathetic. That really is. But he does scale well, kinda, with these guys, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he scales well with them. But first of all, let's go into articulation, shall we? For Optimus's articulation, he has a ball joint at the head. It can look back and forth, up and down. He has a 360 swivel at the elbow. It can go in and out to that far. He has a bicep swivel. He has an elbow bend at 90 degrees. No wrist rotation, just like the actual Voyager. He has a waist swivel. Flap this up, you can kick forward that far and then back that far, thanks to the kibble. Legs can do the full splits. Yeah, I got a thigh swivel. We got less than 90 degree bend at the knee and nothing for the feet. Yeah, this kind of was a little bit of a less dynamic figure if you think about it. But, oh well. Time to turn to transformation. I'm going to lower the camera. Alright, so to transform Optimus, and by the way, yes, his sword does in fact sheath back here in the same exact spot as the Voyager, but it's a little loose, as you can tell. But, enough of that. To transform Optimus into vehicle mode, it is essentially the same as the Voyager class. So first, very, very, very carefully push these down from his pecs. Push these down. They should slot into a new space, like so. Next, what you can do is you can untab the arms, like so, and you can also kind of just undo this entire backpack section as well. Just undo that. In fact, undo everything, now that I think about it. Push that down. You can spin the legs around, so it kind of makes more sense in a moment. So then we're going to bring the arms up and around, and just like the Voyager, you're going to push these forward, and then push these forward. But for this part, for these, you're going to need to align this little slot here. Oh my god. There we go. This little slot here into this tab. And it's kind of easy to do it when you're not having to fiddle with a camera. like so. Kind of just slots there. Exact same thing on the other side. Slot it like that. And then you can just kind of bring the arms together. Oh, and I forgot. Flip the head down. Always flip the head down. We don't need... Because since this Optimus is a bit more fragile, we cannot afford to have the head pop off. Like the original Voyager does. So, yeah. So, kind of just have it flat like that. We're going to come to the legs. Coming back here. We're going to spin these upwards. And then if you haven't already, you're going to come off and just kind of split off to the side. And then you can just kind of turn it like this. Then you can bring this all the way around like so. And just kind of repeat the same process. Spin this around. Spin the leg like this. Flip this up. And then just kind of tab these together. No pressure. You have to make sure everything is straight. Because this figure is flimsy. At least this version of the figure is. See, there's a little peg, and there's a little slot, and there's also a small tab and a small slot, and just kind of peg it all together. So, then, with that being said, and also kind of flatten down the crotch piece. So, it kind of should look like this at the moment. So now, what's going to happen is that we're going to spin this around, and we're going to spin this around. Then we're going to spin this 180 until it just kind of locks into place. And then we're going to bring all of this around, and also there's this tiny tab that's going to slot right there for the foot. And as if it actually will go in. There you go. And then you just kind of bring it underneath like so. And it just kind of collapses most of that into place. And then this, you're just going to simply angle all of this around until this just kind of slots onto the truck like this. I don't know what the hell happened. Alright. Again, this figure can be fiddly, especially on camera. So, you need to have it exactly like this. So repeat on the same side. Push this in the small tab, like so. Bring this out. Bring this in past there, kind of creating a little alignment for both, per se. Kind of have it aligned like this. Push this down and around until it just slots into place. Push this in, and then just kind of lock in every single part of the nose of the truck. Why isn't it doing it? Come on. Oh my god, what the hell? Again, this figure can be fiddly. Okay, so it's all lined. Check. It's all lined down here. So that's good. Everything is all aligned. So now the biggest problem is tabbing everything in. So you have these tiny ports are going to go into here. And it's just kind of going to wrap around and just kind of tab into place. Okay, you know what? This is actually the easiest part. Not going to lie. So kind of just folds into place. And then you're going to bring this down and around, and it's just kind of tab into place. And then you take the sword, and it's going to slot down here, like so. And there's Optimus in his vehicle mode, and the end of the review. I had to say, for what I essentially got for free at Show Z, this is worth it. This is worth every single penny that you got. And I highly recommend you get this set at Show Z. I'm not sure if it's still available at the moment. This is not sponsored by Show Z, by the way. It's just something I bought from Show Z, and it's just good. Is it good as the original? No, not totally, but it's good enough. And it also scales with my next review. Yeah, if you've seen the haul already, you kind of might know what the hell this is about to happen. So, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Please subscribe, because I would like to reach 500 subscribers for April. And I would definitely like to, you know, have some incentive, you know. So, thank you all, and as always, to all are one.